Morning all. It's a big coffee cup this morning. It's a big cup required. So yeah. Yesterday we finished binging a Netflix series called Selling Sunset. It started off about, they call them real estate agents in America, in Hollywood, Los Angeles, selling these massive multi-million-pound houses. And like most people, we just like to have a nosy around the house. Like, ooh, let's have a look. And they're all very white inside. They're all very plain inside. They've all got a swimming pool, and they're nice. But they're so packed in close together. We don't have an awful lot of land. But by the by. But yeah. But anyway, a couple of characters on Selling Sunset. It's become more of a sort of I don't know what you call it, like a reality series, docu-drama, soap opera sort of thing than anything in later series. And the season finale last night was at a party, as they usually are, and there's about six of them, and they're all very slim, mostly blonde women, attractive women who obviously to sell the houses and all the rest of it. Well, one of them's been really stirring the pot, and she's been telling one thing to someone else and a different story to somebody else, and just, it's all bloody schoolground stuff and all that. She's a total and utter narcissist, and in the final episode she's confronted by somebody who says, "You told me this, blah," and she's like, "Oh well, yeah, but I was living there, and I was, and this," and she's like, "No, I knew you at that time. You didn't live there. It didn't happen." This person in the wrong or whatever is rewriting history to suit her own agenda, and if you ever want to see a narcissist in action, watch that. And unfortunately, there's a lot more narcissists out there than you'd think. Which brings me on to my next point. Politics. Our current Prime Minister, the bumbling, words actually fail me. They really do, because I'm 50 years old. And my politics, I'm centrist. I'm not a Tory. I'm not a supporter of Labour. I suppose, really, I would have been a supporter of the Liberal Democrats, except A, they're a spent force, and B, they're their own worst enemy. So my politics are centrist. But I remember Thatcher. Just about. Well, say just about. She was in power for like 10 years, I think, from 1979 to 1990, so yeah, all for my teenage years. And it was a different time then. But I cannot imagine her going off script and waffling on about Peppa Pig World. That's not funny. That's... But the thing is, and what I'm sort of noticing is our political leaders, not just in the UK, but across the board, they're getting more and more extreme of each, they're getting more and more extreme, because the ones that are making the news are the ones that are most extreme. And there's a rise of neo-fascism or something in Europe, but we don't hear much about it in the UK. But apparently there is a rise, and these neo-fascist parties and all the rest of it, they're starting to gain traction, they're starting to gain ground. This is what happens when politics becomes exclusive. You see, let's talk about the UK first. Right. If you look back on it, a lot of our prime ministers came from working class roots and from humble backgrounds and work their way up. And then that has suddenly stopped now, and we're now into sort of Eton crowd and the toffs. Politics isn't taught in schools. It's very, very, very difficult to get any kind of balanced, objective view on politics in the media because everybody's got an agenda. And it's not... The lessons that we teach in schools aren't, right, this is how politics works, this is what this group of politicians do, this is what they're supposed to do. We don't have that. We just have, like, political figure bashing and all, and you know, basically people from working class and maybe middle class backgrounds are discouraged from studying politics and going into politics and making it a playground for the rich and wealthy, or the rich and influential, or the wealthy and influential, or whichever way you want to put it. And until people from lower working class and middle class and whatever background start engaging in politics, not just at a local level, which they do, but at all levels, you know, we are in real serious trouble. I think in Europe as well, you know, it is very much a question of this worrying rise of neo-fascism. You pick a minority group and blame all your country's troubles on that, you know. Especially if you have an immigrant population who are a different colour or a different religion or speak a different language. It's very easy to single that group out and make them a scapegoat. And I really think that is what's happening in parts of Europe at the moment. And that is bloody worrying. It really is. You know, we're better than that. And the thing is as well, though, it gains traction because when people don't have enough or don't think that they have enough, then they start blaming people. So when your average citizen's standard of life starts to drop and they have less money in the bank, beer's expensive, petrol, you know, you look at your staples, beer, milk, petrol, cigarettes, things like that. If they start to get more expensive, which is what people, you know, tend to spend their disposable income all the time, then people are going to start feeling dissatisfied. And I've said this before, and I will say it again, one of the master strokes that the Nazi Party in Germany did was they made cigarettes cheap and affordable. So people were happy because they could have a 5-second fix, get that endorphin rush, get that feel good, get that nicotine rush, you know. That's not happening. Now, whether that's by accident or design, or whether you've got this whole thing about money isn't wealth. See, money in the bank does not equate to wealth. You think it does, but it doesn't, because money in the bank is what you use to buy coffee, cigarettes, beer, milk, pay your mortgage, blah, 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 blah. Wealth is owning the house, having paintings on the wall, you know, that's wealth. That really doesn't change, but the value of money can change and it can go up and down because of what it will buy. So money isn't wealth, so really the best thing to do is to convert your money into wealth, if you've got it. But yeah, money isn't wealth. And when your spending value of your pound or your euro or your zloty or whatever starts to go down, it becomes noticeable. Where if you own your house and stay in your house, especially if it's like a 6-bedroom mansion in Surrey or whatever, you know, it doesn't affect you that much. And that's what's happening at the moment. A bit of a heavy one today, but you know, perhaps I should go into some more heavy subjects instead of just talking about TV and books and films and Ghostbusters and stuff like that. That's the thing, you never know what you're going to get with me. Anyway, have a think about what I've said. Peace out.